Hello everyone, you're welcome to Shabite, Uganda. Emmanuel at your service. Today's topic, you're going to look at Gezira irrigation scheme. Feel free to contact us at elearning@shabite.net, or you can get into contact with me at 0708 9900 34. In today's lesson, we shall look at the Gezira irrigation scheme. And Gezira irrigation scheme is the largest irrigation scheme, and irrigation takes place on this scheme throughout the year. And the main cash crops grown, we have got the Arabica, coffee, we have got the wheat. So Gezira irrigation scheme mainly obtains its water, which is used for irrigation, from the Nile. So the major cash crops grown are wheat, you have got the beans, sorghum, groundnuts, and so on. There are very many others you have not mentioned, but mainly they grow wheat, beans, sorghum, because those are the cash crops that are grown by South Sudanese. So in this lesson, we shall talk about the Gezira irrigation scheme, factors favoring irrigation scheme, roles of Gezira irrigation scheme, benefits of a Gezira irrigation scheme. Now, with the factors favoring irrigation scheme, the Gezira irrigation scheme, one, we have the presence of the blue and white Nile that provides water throughout the year, which is used for irrigating the crops. We look at the gently sloping nature of the land that enables mechanization. Mechanization refers to use of tractors, machines to grow crops and harvest crops. So that's called mechanization. Shall look at the presence of the fertile soils that enable crop growing. So this one has favored the growth of Gezira irrigation scheme, availability of enough money, capital from the government. Well, the government supports the Gezira irrigation scheme by providing it with sufficient capital that is used to buy machines like tractors that are used for mechanization, growing of crops on a large piece of land. Presence of enough labor force, labor that is used to grow crops and labor that is used for harvesting of the crops that are grown, also has enabled the establishment of Gezira irrigation scheme. Move to the next slide. We're going to look at roles of Gezira irrigation scheme. So one of the roles is to control distribution of tenancy, to control the flow of irrigation of water, to distribute inputs to farmers, e.g. seeds, fertilizers, because these inputs are the ones that farmers use to grow crops, and they use them to favor crop growing. Like fertilizers, once applied, they enable growth of crops grow well. To collect cotton, to store and granaries. So earlier on we talked about cotton as a major cash crop grown Gezira irrigation scheme. So the roles of Gezira irrigation scheme is that it collects the ready cotton and stores it and takes it for granaries, where it's manufactured, where it is clothes are synthesized and the seeds are separated, which can be used in animal industry, production of oil from the seeds that are got from the cotton, to provide transport and storage. Transport and storage in form of providing transport means that can move harvested crops from one area of the irrigation scheme to manufacturing area. Those are the roles done by the Gezira irrigation scheme. So you're going to look at the benefits of the irrigation scheme. You have the government gets revenue from the scheme. People's standards of living have been improved through employing them as workers, as tenants, as peasants. Hence, once they are paid money, they use the money to improve the standards of living. Security for the people is ensured in the scheme, because where there's a big scheme, always security has to be maintained to prevent chaos in the scheme. Farmers are trained in farm skill at demonstration farms. like farmers are. This means that farmers being trained with new skills. They show them how better farming methods of crop growing, like intercropping, can improve their output. There are many sporting and leisure facilities established. Dairy farming has been introduced. Many eucalyptus trees have been planted to provide wood for the fuel and building. Many eucalyptus trees have been planted to provide wood for fuel and building of farm equipment like poultry houses, dairy houses for the animals like the cattle. It has also resulted into generation of government revenue. That's one earlier on we have talked about it. The scheme is a major source of job employment to most of the people. People have got jobs at the scheme. I think this one I've elaborated it more. Some tenants have been encouraged to start private gardens, which is a good outfit for the knowledge which they get from the farm. They encourage them to use it properly, also to establish their own businesses out there. So today's learners, you are going to be submitting the questions and the answers you have done to Google Classroom. We shall be able to check you and review you and mark you accordingly. So what are some of the crops grown in the Gezira Irrigation Scheme? 3 marks. Outline the roles of Gezira Irrigation Scheme, 4 marks. Outline 5 factors for developing of a Gezira Irrigation Scheme, 5 marks. Thank you very much for watching. In case you are new, subscribe more at Shabita Uganda e-learning. You can even check out for the playlists that you may have missed. You can feel free to contact us at elearning@shabita.net, or you can contact me on 0708 990034. It has been Teacher Emmanuel at your service. We love you so much. May God bless you.